Oh yeah, applying. There we go. Haha. I was like looking. Yeah, so I am in the middle of like wanting to apply again. So um I have my submittable open and I have like so much fucking shit that I want to apply to, but I just decided that yeah, I need to be a little bit diligent about that. I want to make sure that um, I'm steadily applying. Again, I have personally a goal of getting accepted to 2 places per semester, and it's like I feel like I'm capable of doing that. So just 2 places per semester. So that means just submitting, throwing some stuff out. And I've been really kind of nervous about what I've been writing recently, but excited about it. I think that it is stronger. I think I'm starting to hone in on like the kind of poet that I am. I feel like I'm a really restrictive kind of poet. Like I don't like really long poetry, to be honest. But I will say that I want. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. But I want to challenge myself a little bit more. So the ways I've been challenging myself this semester for writing, and I think that it'll be helpful for me to like submit this semester, is that I've been experimenting a lot with like topic and form. And topic for me, um, because I don't really like, I have my areas that I'm interested in now. And so I've been doing this for like 4 semesters and 4 semesters in, and I feel like I have my areas that I'm interested in. So the body, I'm interested in the idea of the self, I'm interested in ekphrastic poetry, I'm interested in even like a little bit of substance abuse and violence, sex, sexuality, spirituality, and stuff like that. Like I'm starting to like kind of know the wheelhouse that I pulled from in terms of like just the overall subjects that I like to personally look into. Another thing I've been doing is experimenting with forms. So this past workshop, I did 2 skinny poems by Truth. Hold on. By Truth Thomas. There you go. So the skinny poem is something that I learned about when I went to the Eastern Shore like Writers Association, like their conference this past March, like early March. And I was introduced to it because like Truth Thomas was the person leading the workshop for poetry, like the last session. And so I got to meet him in person and get introduced to the skinny poem because I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. I had never been exposed to this poem. Same way I wasn't aware of the Golden Shovel poem by Terrence Hayes until like the workshop at Manor Hill. Like I didn't know about them. So basically the skinny poem is like this. It's an 11-line poem. The first and the 11th line have to be the same words roughly. You can change the order of the words around for some variety, although you can just keep them the same, and you can have like one word on those as well. But some people may have like a little bit of a phrase as the first and the last ones, and then they rearrange the words. The first and the 11 lines have the same words, and then lines 2 through 10 contain only one word, but the second, sixth, and 10th must use the same word, although you can use like the different tenses and stuff like that. So like if you use the word know, I mean like to know something, K-N-O-W, you can like, you can say known, you can say knowing, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can change it a little bit, but it's basically gonna be like the same like word. So yeah. So the last week I did 2 skinny poems, which really helps me. I really find restriction helpful for me. Like I still have my blocks and stuff like that. So the workshop was like helpful because the feedback I got was like, when you're doing something with like restriction, making sure that like every word counts. So like getting rid of like conjunctions, getting rid of like of, but, that, like those words that are just less powerful, impactful, they pack less of a punch, and really with this form take away. And there's like words that can definitely come in that will do a lot more work than of or but. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. The previous workshops I did, I feel like we're a little stronger, but I'm experimenting with form. I experimented with form in this one, and then next I think I'll experiment writing longer poems. I think I have one more workshop for myself. Let me double check. I think we do. I think I have one more workshop. I think yes, because we have it's multi-genre, so we're gonna be with all three of the genres in our workshop groups instead of us being with two. So like the fiction people, they've been working on their own within their own fiction cohort type thing, and then poetry memoir people have been working together, and then the next few workshops I think after this next one will be mixed. So I think 2 or 3 weeks from now we're gonna start having our mixed ones. So yeah, like we're gonna start having our mixed ones, and then that'll be cool, and excited about that. So yeah, we're rising towards clarity. Let me see, did people like submit already? Okay, she did. So she submitted already on the syllabus. Let me just check what he say, what he got. 410. Yes. So I have like a grab bag which I'm supposed to post, which is kind of like a prompted kind of thing that you submit like every week or so. And I've been doing like quite a few. One of them was we had to read a poem in another language and then translate it. And like translate it isn't just reading it and seeing if you could pick up on stuff. And I chose a French poem, and I could like pick up, I think, the overall context of what was going on, but not really. I didn't have the vocabulary because I don't know French. I knew a few words that seemed like translated into English, or I could recognize them because like maybe I recognized them in Spanish, and then I could recognize them in French. Then like one of the words was like mort, and for Spanish I know it was muerte or something like that. So I could translate that it means like death or something has died or something like that. But other than that, like some of them I was like, but it was really fun. So I did giggle when I did it. So this so I don't do a workshop. I did one last week, but I do probably do, yeah, I have one. I feel like I have I have 2 more workshops. I have two more workshops, and then we're good. So I think I'm gonna start experimenting with longer forms. I'm really interested in the idea of a triptych, diptych, I think it's called triptych, diptych, polytict, tripped, whatever, thing, and expanding maybe like the poem from last week that I submitted and expanding it into like a triptych type thing and seeing how that goes. Or maybe like, yeah, something like that. I think these final weeks will be the more experimental ones that I do. I just think they're on my heart to do, and so I'm like, yeah. So yeah, that's about it as far as that's going. I'm really excited about it. Like I said in the other video, we're kind of, or maybe it was a video, I don't know. We're kind of like done the main bulk of the work for my like journal class, which is like creating the print version of the university journal. So that's kind of done. It's more like our own individual projects that we're kind of paired up on. So there's that. So yeah, I am focused a lot on workshop and stuff like that because, like I said, I think it was the other video, getting ready for thesis and having ideas and stuff like that is kind of like important. Like I don't want to come in with a complete blank slate. I don't want to be fixed on necessarily an idea. I think if I come in after summer, I probably will have ideas on what I want to write about. But as of right now, I don't want to fix myself because I also have ideas for chapbooks that I want to submit to. And so I want to use the ideas that I'm currently having as a chapbook to kind of like test my like mental fortitude to kind of like make stuff. And so that's kind of where I am. I don't know, I don't think the ideas that I have right now I would want to use for my thesis. I could be wrong. I could like make a chapbook and decide, yeah, like these are the poems that I have for thesis, and I want to like do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to like work on these. Like, I had like 8 poems or 10 poems or something for this chapbook contest, but I didn't make it to like apply. So I'm gonna like use them for that. But I kind of want to be open-ended because right now I'm pretty experimental. I don't want to have it all be haikus or all skinny poems or all whatever. That would be a challenge. That would be a great challenge, but I think that would be very monotonous. So, yeah, I know like that is not in my mind, but I do have a few topics that I want to talk about. But again, I don't want to lock myself in for that. I think I'm just going to wait until thesis year actually kind of arrives and then see like what I'm feeling like. Because I have these chapbook ideas that I want to talk about in the next video that I'm like thinking about like hardcore. So yeah, so that's it. We're nearing the end of the semester. That's my check-in. Outside of that, I'm doing visual art, so vending is kicking up again, and I have a lot of like art that I need to do this week because I'm going to vend this week and then I'm going to vend next week. And so vending both times, I need like, you know, I need like time and space to kind of like have everything together. I gotta make sure that I have enough art, and I have to make sure that the other stuff I'm trying to apply to like also is getting done. So there's that. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'll go to the next one and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.